Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Chico Moya, and welcome to my channel. It has been a million years, but we're getting straight back into it, so it doesn't matter. So today we're going to be talking about, is it difficult to find friends here in Finland? Now, I know this is kind of a subjective topic, and I'm just going to be speaking more from my personal experience. I'm going to be giving three, maybe four different tips, I guess, four different tips on how you can go about making friends here. And this goes for both international people, if you're coming from abroad and you're like, well, Finland, it's pretty difficult to find friends here. Or if you're Finnish yourself and you just find it difficult to make friends, then this is for you. So I think we're just gonna get straight into it. Let me take you back to South Africa for a moment. So I spent most of my life in South Africa, and a night out in South Africa would look like this. I would go out on my own and there would be people around. I could just sit anywhere, just start chatting to people, be included in groups. Groups usually seem pretty open to accepting new people, or you could be sitting in a bus and a random person will come and sit down next to you and you'll just strike up a conversation and end up exchanging numbers. I thought that's the way the whole world is. Boy, was I wrong. Now moving here to Finland, things were a little bit different. First and foremost, I realized that a lot of people here go out in their groups, their friend groups or whatever, and it usually seems like such a really closed circle. I mean, you walk into a bar and there's all these sections of people, and things are not so open until later in the evening when people have been drinking quite a bit. And when you go further into it, you find that in general, here, a lot of people have known each other for a long time. I hear it all the time. Oh, we knew each other from kindergarten or primary school, or we were born together. I don't know, but that added level of deep connection here, or just a long history, can make you feel like an outcast. I remember my first sort of experience of, I was still very outgoing. I mean, I am still very outgoing, but I was, when I first arrived, I was extremely outgoing, trying to just talk to people and whatever. And I realized that I had to shut that down real quick, because I'll be in a bus. I mean, it's not completely shut down, but I'll be in a bus and I'll try and speak to someone, and you can see that people just genuinely don't want to be disturbed, especially en route somewhere. So this is where my tips, or my viewpoint kind of starts, because it feels like to have the highest chance of making friends needs to be in the right sort of environment most of the time. I mean, of course, you can go out and just meet people randomly or whatever the case is, but in general, it needs to be the right sort of environment and space. So if you've just arrived here and you're like, oh, god damn, where do I find friends? Or if you've been here for a while and you're like, god damn, where do I find friends? Number one, I would say, is in a job. So if you're working, finding work friends is usually the shortcut, because you're working with people, you kind of know each other within your work environment. Some of the work has already been done, so having work friends during after work drinks or hangouts or things like that, really helpful, really helpful. I will say that going past the, hey, we're work friends, to becoming real friends, that is a little bit tougher and a little bit harder, at least in my experience. Suffice it to say, work friends are an easy way in. And once you've got work friends and you start hanging out with them a little bit more, maybe you can meet some of their friends, and then boom, you're into a little cul-de-sac of new friendships. And I guess in the same sort of vein, I would say if you're studying something here, same sort of rules apply. Number 2, I would say, would be finding a hobby, something to do, a sports club, a movie club, chess club. I don't know what you're into, but preferably some sort of team sport or something that you don't do alone. Once you're in that environment, it opens the door for you to be able to do stuff. And a lot of these, like for myself, when I used to do rugby, I haven't done it too much here, but like there would always be times where all the rugby dudes will hang out, or whatever the case might be. On top of that, there are also so many websites, especially here in Helsinki. There's a website, is it called My Helsinki? Or you know what? I'll put it down in the description. It's a website that allows you to find sports clubs or events that happen. Just the other day, I found out that I could take a little boat to a small island, get a pizza there, and then you cruise back while eating the pizza. I was like, God damn, that is pretty awesome. But anyway, so I'll put the website down below. But go through things like that. Just step out and try things. Try random things. If it's hikes with a bunch of people that you may not really know, that's completely all right too. Just try stuff. And in the same number 2 level, I would say, is doing things like even volunteering. Something that just puts you out there. You can't go wrong with that. It's a good start, and you feel like you're actually doing something. Number 3, I would say, is to simply go out. Go out, whether you drink or not or whatever, just go out, even by yourself. I know you're probably like, oh, Chico, like, I don't want to look like a loser, but this one does take a little bit more effort. Depends how important stepping out of your comfort zone is, because those things, you could view it as a personal growth. So I would do that sometimes. I would just simply go out on my own and see if I could meet people, and some days it happened and some days it didn't. But I think it's really important, because I was so scared, so worried about this idea that, Finnish people have very close-knit circles. And I freaked myself out with this whole idea of like, how am I gonna get into some of those circles? And it's true. Finnish people do seem to get really connected. They've got time for a lot of deep friendships. Whereas in South Africa, you could have a bunch of friends, go out and meet a bunch of people, but not a lot of them remain super tight. So yes, I understand that. On one of my birthdays, I think one of the first that I had here, remember I didn't have that much to do, and I decided that it's still going to be a good birthday anyway. So I went out on my own and I walked into this bar, and obviously everyone was just in their own little circles, and I got myself a beer, and I saw a table with like 3-4 guys sitting there. And I just simply asked them if they've got space, because it was one of those bars where you can kind of just sit randomly, and it's not like the end of the world, So that's what I did. I ended up just sitting down there with them, and as the evening went on, we got chatting, and lo and behold, they became my friends after quite a few shots. Yeah, I know this number 3 is a little bit scarier, but I think it's a good skill to be able to develop, to be able to just speak to people. So that's number 3. Number 4 is what I would say is find international people. Whether you're from Finland or from abroad, I would say this to any person in any country. try and find international people. I've used an app called Meetup. There's stuff on there. There's this international meeting group where people just come together, and it was really cool. I didn't do those for so long, but I saw the potential there. I saw there's also a lot of Finnish people who come to those international meeting places because they know that it's important to get to know people outside of your realm of understanding, going out and meeting new people. So that's also really cool opportunity to find some friends, to make some connections. So that's a real great one. Just to sort of end things off, if you are out there and you're feeling lonely as hell, don't worry, I completely understand what you're feeling and what you're going through. Try some of these tips. Just give it a shot, man. You're not going to lose anything by just trying. And to kind of bring it, put it in a nutshell, basically, to have a friend, you need to be a friend. So take away this idea of, oh, I'm so lonely and I need someone, and go out feeling like, hey, I'm actually a great person. I've got a lot to give. I've got a lot I've got some good friendship vibes here that people will actually benefit from. And then that will make you feel less like you're this beggar wanting some attention or whatever the case might be. So that's really important. And if you are out there and you're feeling alone, just know that you're not alone. There's a bunch of people everywhere around the world who are feeling lonely and scared, especially in these crazy times. So especially here in Finland now, it's going to start getting darker. At least for me, things do get a little bit harder. Hopefully I'll be able to carry on doing videos to get me through some of this stuff. But it's really important to reach out, find people to hang out with. It's really, really important for your well-being. It's great. So I'm going to be posting more videos on here. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Hit the like button if you like what I'm saying. I really, really appreciate it. At the very least, I hope that I've given you some time to be able to hang out with me. But you guys are all lovely. Have a fantastic day, evening, or wherever and whatever you are, wherever you are, or whatever time it is. You guys have been awesome. I am out, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers for now. Bye.